Who wanted to say?
I'll wait till he makes his.
Oh, I'm sorry, go ahead, excuse me.
This isn't about this topic. Are we tabling this topic?
Yeah, you can say
So I
that.
can talk? Do I have to stand up?
No, come on up.
It's fine, you can
It's a
sit
great
down.
meeting. It's in
You can sit down.
I can sit.
Yeah, go ahead.
My name is Virginia Russell, and I've lived in the city of East Cleveland for 30 years.
Okay.
My kids grew up here. I worked at Huron Hospital in the emergency room for 18 years. And then I left Huron, went to University Hospital to work. I'm a nurse. Worked there for about 10 years. Then did some like pro bono nursing, you know, in Bedford and Richmond Heights and that sort of thing, and university. And I'm currently working at the VA hospital in Cleveland. So I've been paying RETA taxes now for 30 years. Last year, I only paid $200 to RETA. And RETA has been sending me bills and telling me, you know, I need to pay these RETA taxes. So I have been sending them letters. I've sent them a total of 3 letters saying that I was very distressed because living in the city of East Cleveland, I have so few city services. And I called the building department about the chuck holes and the sinkholes coming up Oak Hill. We don't get our street salted. We don't get our street with the plows coming through. It's a cul-de-sac, so you know it's hard. Every time I call about it, their trucks are broken. When I call the service department about the potholes, they say that they don't have any cold patch, and that the school board has to approve for the purchase of cold patch.
School board?
That's what I was told by the service department. You know, I have given up. You know, this has been an ongoing battle with me for about the last 5 years. So I said, fine, if I'm not going to get city services, then I'm not paying my RETA tax. Every other suburb in the world, Shaker Heights, Cleveland Heights, they all give you a tax credit for the fact that you work in Cleveland and you live in their beautiful suburb where you have, but I'm getting nothing.
We do a tax abatement.
I do not. I do not. RETA tax is for the city of East Cleveland. I'm paying the same that I pay to Cleveland. I'm paying also to East Cleveland.
I think
That's like double tax. That's double taxation. You know, I'm seriously considering getting a lawyer because, you know, how can you tax somebody for services that you're not receiving? I had to go out last fall and I bought myself $200 worth of cold patch. $200 worth of cold patch did about an area of not even 8 feet. That's how deep the holes were. I only, you know, it didn't do even enough. You know, to do the whole street would have probably cost me $1,000. I couldn't afford it. And if you drive up Oak Hill and Stanwood, I mean, how many times, how many flats have I gotten? There is an absolute sinkhole. Soon, I'm going to have to park my car down at Shaw High School, and I'm going to have to walk to my house because I'm not going to be able to drive. That's how bad the roads are. You know, I am just, you know, I've been dutifully being a full-time employee, paying my dues, you know, being a responsible citizen of East Cleveland. I pick up litter, I, you know, beautify the area. We've had, you know, I am through because I get no support, you know, from the city in terms of these just basic city services. Snow removal, I'm paying for my own garbage. I pay for my water and my sewer, but that's going to the city of Cleveland. You know, if we've got so many problems in this city, you know, maybe we need to go ahead and partner with the city of Cleveland. You know, maybe they could fix our roads. They're already doing our sewers and our water lines. You know.
So, Ms. Russell, you're not going to pay your taxes this year?
Well, I have been told. I have been told by Rita that that is my obligation. Yeah. I have been, you know, up to date for the last 30 years.
Well, don't mess your record up.
What's that?
Don't mess your record up if you've been up to date. I have asked, requested, the potholes are probably one of the major issues in the city of East Cleveland. And I've suggested,
What about snow removal?
well, that, we got 2 trucks a year ago. They had
Don't
one
do
for
my
less than a
street.
month
They don't
and
do my
something
street.
happened to it.
Yeah.
But I
mean,
think that,
this is an ongoing thing.
yeah,
It
I
just
think
hasn't
with
been this
you
year.
have to prioritize certain things, just like
Yeah.
you as a nurse. And I think that if they need to cut somewhere, cut some salaries, and I've said this publicly, at least they can get some coal patch to put in these holes. I said just a few days ago at the last council meeting about coming. I need to say this, and you guys need to hear this for the record. I am going to file a complaint against the city of East Cleveland because when I pulled out the council meeting, I made a left turn.
And you tear it
I hit a
down.
hole and told my brand new tire. I had a tire for 2 days. I got it right next door. Okay, and tore up the. I had to get a brand new tire. He said he couldn't fix it. Okay, I don't even when I'm going east down Euclid, Dr. Guy, I don't even get in the right lane. It's horrible.
Oh, well,
And I'm not
have you
to talk
tried-
about Terrace and
Terrace
Hillsborough and
is an
I mean,
abomination.
Okay.
okay, so you don't get me
Thank you,
started.
Councilman Martin.
Okay.
Maybe that's something that you may want to bring, because I know you're in health and safety, correct?
Right, that's
And so maybe that's something you might
I
want to
am.
bring and put on the agenda for general
Okay.
services as well as for the health and
I'm
safety
through
as well.
with it, but
Okay.
the other side wants to say something. Brandon King, go ahead.
Thank you.
Okay.
Mr. Russell, I
Okay.
appreciate you coming out tonight and your many concerns. Just as a-
Sinkholes, potholes.
Just as a sidebar, my mother, Norma King, worked there 30 years, Hand Road.
What
She was
What
in
was her-
Central Supplies.
I'm sure I knew her.
Yeah, but if you were there that long. At any rate, I was just talking about, well, with the council president and the council clerk in regards to a program that we started last year, the year before we first came in. And what we want to do is draft some type of a letter that we're going to send out, and I hope this interests you, in regards to pothole ambassador or pothole neighbors. We're going to send it out to residents, send it out to block clubs, street clubs, businesses, that if you will buy a ton of coal patch, give us a list of where you'd like it, and the city will go pick the coal patch up and put it where you want it. Now keep in mind, the coal patch is about $150, and a ton can go, I don't want to say it's going to do the whole city,
$150?
about $150 for a ton. Now when you
No.
buy it,
Oh, I'm talking about,
See-
I go to Home Depot,
See, here's-
$10 a bag.
see, here's what happens. If you buy it in bulk, right, you can get a better deal on it. You know, if the city gets it, or if they get it from a wholesaler contract, they can get a better price on it. The city will go pick it up, and the city will put it according to your list. Now, Tom Wheeler and I, we actually sponsored a couple tons, right? We had a number of other groups.
Is that when
What's the street we live? Brewster. Brewster, they bought a couple tons, and they did that area up there. So if you got a block club or a neighborhood club, and they want to pony up the money, we think this is an excellent opportunity for us as citizens of a city that's strapped for resources to kind of help ourselves. So we're going to work on that. And if you give your contact information to the clerk, we'll be sure to get that letter out to you.
Well, the question on Oak Hill and Stanwood is, of course, they stopped right at the intersection of Oak Hill and Hazel there. They stopped when they did the road repair. And I mean, there's a sinkhole forming there. I mean, it's deep. You can see down 30 feet, and they keep on throwing coal patch. It keeps on sinking, you know. I would hate to think
I think that's
somebody,
something that we maybe can,
Sinkhole.
You know,
yeah.
Yeah,
Sinkhole.
Think about sinkhole
I mean, the
and
whole
stand
length,
with and not only that, also that Terrace Road, I think that's something that we need to discuss as far as blocking that off, so that road isn't even traveled at all.
Absolutely.
So are there any other? Okay, well, I motion for adjournment.
So move.
Second.
Okay, I can't say. There's a lot of things that I would like to say. Y'all, I guess y'all don't want to hear, because I'm not going to say
Go ahead,
anything
Tom.
wrong. I'm going to tell the truth.
Go ahead, Sean.
Now, The biggest problem that we have here in this city
Yes, sir.
that's been discussed by Mr. King. He told the truth. Just like I've been trying to tell y'all the truth. But y'all don't want to hear the truth. That man had to know he was supposed to get occupancy permits, get permits for all the work that's being done. He know. That man know. This is rules of the city. If y'all sitting up here and getting up here and discussing all this stuff and don't know the rules and regulations, y'all shouldn't be sitting up there. I mean, it's just that simple. You know, you're supposed to know what you be talking about before y'all get involved in it. They all knew about what was going to happen on Nova Road. All 5 of them, plus the mayor. They know Pacific. And ain't nothing y'all can do now but spin your wheel. Nothing. Until I'm 6 years up, then the man gonna walk away and that stuff gonna be still there.
We gonna try, Mr. Holmes.
Well, I'm gonna get up on the building and try to fly.
You said that last night.
I mean,
You've been long enough to make another mistake.
Yeah.
Another error. I'm not perfect. I never claimed to be perfect.